Have you ever felt like you're wasting your years lamenting that you're stuck? Feeling like life is passing you by without you truly living, yearning for something different but not knowing where to start? Do you believe that in just 3 days, everything could change? Sounds crazy, right? But the truth is, we've been deceived. We've been told we need months of effort, a magical life coach, or to pore over countless self-help books to fix our lives. It's all just empty talk. You don't need more information. You need action. And here's the amazing thing. When I stopped overthinking and actually committed to change in just 3 days, I felt like I'd woken up from a long dream. The life you long for isn't far away. It's just waiting for you to get serious with yourself. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop making excuses for yourself? Most people waste their whole lives waiting for the right time. But what if the right time is right now? You don't have to be trapped in this endless cycle of frustration and regret. 3 days can change everything if you're willing to embrace discomfort, let go of reasons, and fully commit. The world doesn't owe you time. You owe it to yourself. And today, we're going to explore 6 small but life-changing habits that will help you break free from stagnation and achieve what you desire. Habit number 1. Establish daily priorities and persistently follow through. Most people live their lives like headless chickens, busy but not productive. You wake up, check your phone, answer messages, and then spend the entire day reacting to things that happen. By the end of the day, you're exhausted but haven't accomplished anything significant. That's because you don't set clear priorities. I used to be the same way. I'd start my mornings with emails, feeling like I was working all day, but when I looked back, I hadn't made much progress. Things changed when I started setting 3 priorities for each day. These were the things that had to get done, no matter what. The first week was tough. I was constantly distracted. But when I eliminated the noise and just focused on the priorities, I noticed something strange. I had more time and was more effective. It felt like a weight had been lifted. So how do you apply this? Every morning or the night before, decide on the 3 most important things you need to accomplish. These are not things that are good to do, if not, oh well, but things that, if completed, will make your day a success. Everything else is secondary. Start your day with priority number 1. Don't check your phone. Don't answer emails. Don't open social media until that task is complete. The feeling of satisfaction after completing it will give you momentum for the rest of the day. The main reason why many people don't achieve much in life is that they confuse activity with progress. Being busy makes them feel like they're doing something, but being busy is just a trap. When you prioritize your day, you stop letting external distractions control you and start taking control of your life. This habit forces you to eliminate the unimportant, stop making excuses, and take responsibility for how you use your time. If you master a day, you'll master your life. The question is, are you ready to stop living on autopilot and start choosing your path deliberately? When you set clear daily priorities and persistently follow through, magic happens. You'll feel a sense of control that most people never experience. You'll stop feeling overwhelmed by the thousands of small tasks that pull you in different directions and start mastering time. That's when true progress begins. Habit number 2, declutter your living space. Your living space reflects your mental state. If your space is messy, chances are your mind is too. Many people underestimate the impact of a messy room, desk, or home on productivity, mood, and clarity. Decluttering isn't just about organizing things. It's about creating an environment that fosters calmness, focus, and creativity. In other words, when you declutter your space, you're also decluttering your mind. I used to think that a messy workspace didn't affect me. I told myself it was just organized chaos, but deep down, I felt the burden of the clutter. It wasn't until I forced myself to declutter everything, my desk, closet, even digital files, that I noticed the change. Suddenly, I breathed easier, my mind felt lighter, and I found myself more focused. Every time I walked into a clean space, I felt like I was starting fresh. The clutter was a mental burden that I didn't even realize until it was gone. Clutter is a form of visual noise. It constantly demands your attention, even if you're not actively thinking about it. A cluttered environment can lead to decision fatigue, stress, and feelings of being overwhelmed. Whether it's a pile of clothes on the floor, papers on the desk, or a refrigerator full of expired food, each piece of clutter is something else your brain has to process. The controversial thing here is that people often hold on to clutter because it's an excuse. We tell ourselves that we might need that old shirt, those unused gadgets, or those magazines from 3 years ago. But the truth is, clutter is often linked to emotional baggage. We keep things out of fear, the fear that we might need it someday, or the fear of letting go of the past. But when you declutter, you're not just cleaning up your space, you're declaring that you're ready to let go of what no longer serves you. You're creating space for new things. To apply this, start with the smallest things. You don't have to declutter your entire house in one day. Start with an area where you spend a lot of time, such as your desk or bedroom. Spend 15 to 30 minutes and get rid of anything that doesn't bring value to your life. Ask yourself, do I use this often? Does this bring me joy? If not, it's time to let it go. And the important thing is, don't just stuff everything into drawers or closets to keep it out of sight. Truly let it go. Donate it, recycle it, or throw it away. After decluttering your physical space, move to your digital space. Your computer, email inbox, and phone are probably full of digital clutter. Unnecessary files, unused apps, emails you'll never read. Apply the same approach, get rid of the unnecessary, and organize the rest. When you declutter your space, you're sending a powerful message to yourself. You are taking control of your environment, and therefore, you're taking control of your life. Habit number 3, practice morning journaling. There's something magical about journaling every morning. It's a chance for your brain to unload, to untangle the messy thoughts that we often ignore. Morning journaling is not about creating a perfect piece of literature, but about releasing everything that's jumbled in your mind. You can simply ask yourself, what am I thinking? What's making me anxious? The truth is, most people never take time to reflect on their thoughts. They wake up and immediately dive into the chaos of a new day. This leaves them disconnected from themselves. But journaling allows you to start your day proactively, with clarity, purpose, and focus. I used to not understand the purpose of journaling. I thought it was only for people who overthink. But I reached a point in my life where I felt like I was always reacting to things, to problems, to stress, to other people's opinions. I didn't have control over my thoughts or emotions. One morning, I decided to try journaling. I grabbed a notebook and started writing whatever came to mind. At first, it seemed pointless, but within minutes, I noticed something strange. The jumbled thoughts in my head suddenly became clearer on paper. I could see patterns in my thinking, fears, anxieties, and frustrations that kept repeating. The more I wrote, the more I understood what was really bothering me, and most importantly, I could figure out what I needed to do. Journaling became a tool for me to reset my mind every morning. I sit down with my thoughts, and when I'm done, I have a plan for the new day. Morning journaling helps you connect with yourself before the noise of a new day hits. It's a direct conversation with your mind. It forces you to slow down, assess your emotions, and clarify what is important. Journaling also helps you recognize negative thoughts. When you write them down, you'll see what they really are, often illogical or exaggerated worries. Instead of letting your emotions control the entire day, you can process them in a controlled way from the outset. Another benefit is that journaling helps you set the tone for the day. You can use it to set goals, make positive affirmations, or simply express gratitude. It gives you a sense of purpose and direction before facing the world. There's no right or wrong way to journal. It can be bullet points, short sentences, random thoughts, or even sketches, as long as it helps you clear your head. You can ask yourself questions like, how am I feeling today? What is making me stressed? What is my most important goal today? What am I grateful for right now? The most important thing is to let your thoughts flow. Don't overthink it, just write. Gradually, you'll recognize patterns in your thinking, and you'll understand yourself more deeply. Journaling is like holding a mirror up to your mind. It forces you to face your thoughts, your feelings, and your excuses. It's raw, honest, and sometimes uncomfortable, but that's where growth happens. Habit number 4, exercise every day. We all know that exercise is good for us, but most people don't exercise regularly. Why? Because they see it as a chore, something they should do, but want to avoid. But daily exercise is not just about building muscle or losing weight. It's about training both the mind and the body. The benefits of daily exercise extend far beyond physical health. It sharpens focus, improves mood, and teaches you discipline. It's the foundation of a healthy body and mind. I used to only exercise when I felt like it. I told myself that I was too busy, but the truth is that I lacked discipline. My energy was erratic, I felt sluggish, and my mood would fluctuate depending on how stressed or tired I was. I couldn't see the bigger picture, that daily exercise could become an important habit, impacting every other aspect of my life. One day I decided to change. I started by committing to just 10 to 15 minutes of exercise a day, nothing too strenuous, just moving my body. At first, it was hard to maintain, but I kept going. After about 2 weeks, I noticed a change, not just physically, but mentally. I felt more energized, more focused, and in better control of my mood. Daily exercise became an indispensable part of my routine, and gradually it became easier. Now it's one of the first things I do each morning, and it sets the tone for the whole day. Daily exercise not only improves your physical health, but also changes your mindset. It's a way to build mental strength. Every time you force yourself to exercise, even when you don't want to, you are teaching your mind to resist excuses. You're proving to yourself that you can control your body and your life. Exercise releases endorphins, a chemical that makes you feel good. These endorphins can improve your mood, reduce stress, and increase clarity. It's no accident that the most successful and disciplined people consider exercise an important part of their daily routines. It's not just about aesthetics, but about maintaining resilience and emotional balance. The controversy here is that if you don't take time to exercise your body, you're neglecting your most important asset, your health. Excuses like, I'm too busy, or I don't have the energy, are just that, excuses. Everyone is busy, and everyone feels tired, but if you can't prioritize your body, how can you show up fully in other areas of life? You can have every goal in the world, but if your health deteriorates, you're holding yourself back. To apply this, you don't need a gym membership or expensive equipment. The important thing is to start small and stay consistent. Whether it's a brisk walk, some bodyweight exercises, yoga, or a 10-minute HIIT workout, find something that gets your heart rate up and moves your body. Start with 10 to 15 minutes per day. Don't worry about the intensity or perfection. Focus on building the habit. Gradually, you can increase the duration and intensity as it becomes part of your life. What's important is that you show up regularly, even if you don't feel like it. Find what works for you. Some people like the gym, some like working out at home, some like running, and others enjoy yoga. The type of exercise doesn't matter, but moving your body every day does. Just move and don't overcomplicate it. The discipline you build through daily exercise will spill over into every other aspect of your life. When you force your body to move every day, you are teaching yourself to take action, even when it's uncomfortable. That discipline will impact how you approach your work, your relationships, and your goals. Your body is the only place you have to live. It's your vehicle to experience life. And if you don't take care of it, you'll make everything harder. Exercise is not just for looking good, but for feeling good, thinking clearly, and showing up as the best version of yourself. The time you invest in your health will pay off in every area of your life. And the truth is, if you can't dedicate 10 to 15 minutes a day to exercising your body, you're fooling yourself about what's important. You'll never find the time. You have to create the time. Because once your health starts to decline, nothing else will matter. Habit number 5, limit social media to 15 minutes per day. Social media is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it connects us to the world, gives us information, and provides entertainment. But on the other hand, it's a black hole of productivity, self-confidence, and focus. Most people waste hours scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, consuming content that doesn't benefit their mental health. Social media platforms are designed to be addictive, and before you know it, you've wasted half a day scrolling mindlessly. If you're serious about changing your life, this is a habit that will help you regain time, the most precious resource you have. Imagine how much you could accomplish if you weren't glued to your phone for hours every day. Reducing your social media use to just 15 minutes a day forces you to use it intentionally, rather than letting it control you. It's about breaking free from the need for validation and the endless comparison trap that social media creates. Social media is one of the biggest thieves of mental health. Whether it's the glossy highlight reels of other people's lives or the negativity from opposing views, it gradually erodes your self-confidence, focus, and ability to live fully in the present. Limiting your online time means reclaiming mental space and energy for the things that really matter: goals, relationships, and personal growth. I used to be completely addicted to social media. I would check my phone as soon as I woke up, scrolling through my newsfeed as part of my morning routine. It didn't seem like a big deal until I started noticing that I felt exhausted and anxious afterward. I would compare myself to the people I followed, feeling like I wasn't successful enough or that I wasn't living a perfect life like them. The constant stream of news and opposing opinions also increased my stress levels, keeping me in a constant state of anxiety without me even realizing it. One day, I decided to set a strict limit on my social media use, 15 minutes per day. At first, it was really difficult. I found myself instinctively reaching for my phone whenever I felt bored or had a few moments of free time. But after a few weeks, something magical happened. My ability to focus improved. My mood became more stable. I stopped caring about what strangers online were doing, and I started focusing on what I wanted to achieve. It was as if I had been living in a fog, and it suddenly cleared. Social media platforms are designed to exploit your brain's dopamine system. Each like, comment, or notification triggers a small amount of dopamine, making you want to come back for more. It's addictive, and the more time you spend on these platforms, the harder it is to disconnect. By limiting your use to 15 minutes a day, you're breaking that cycle. You're teaching your brain that you don't need external validation or stimulation to feel good. 15 minutes is plenty of time to connect with people you care about, catch up on important information, or watch a funny video. Any time more than that is mindless consumption. When you limit your social media use, you'll start realizing how much time you've been wasting, and you can redirect that time to more meaningful activities. To apply this, set clear limits. Use a timer or app to limit your social media use to 15 minutes per day. You might think it's too strict, but it's a game changer. You'll force yourself to use that time wisely, whether it's catching up with friends, learning something new, or checking the latest news. Another helpful tip is to create social media-free times. For example, don't check your phone as soon as you wake up or before you go to bed. Instead, use that time to focus on yourself. Read a book, journal, meditate, or plan your day. You'll be surprised at how much more productive and peaceful your day becomes when it's not started and ended with meaningless scrolling. Social media, if not controlled, will dominate your life. It creates a false sense of connection while robbing you of real interactions. It distracts you from your path and makes you focus more on what others are doing. But the truth is, other people's journeys don't matter as much as your own. When you limit your time on social media, you are controlling your attention. You're no longer a puppet to algorithms designed to be addictive. You start using your time, energy, and focus more consciously. You also begin to value real relationships, in-person conversations, deep discussions, and moments of solitude more than fleeting likes and comments. Habit number 6, go outside for 30 minutes each day. We're living in a world where we're more connected to screens than to nature. It's ironic because we are human beings. We are programmed to thrive in natural environments. Yet most people spend their entire days indoors, glued to phones, computers, or TV screens. Rarely do they actually step outside. Going outside for 30 minutes each day is one of the simplest yet most transformative habits you can adopt. It reconnects you with nature, clears your mind, and improves your physical and mental health in ways you might not realize. There's a reason why walking in a park, sitting by a lake, or standing under the sun feels good. It's because our bodies need nature. Being outside exposes you to fresh air, natural light, and energy from the earth. Studies show that even a short time outdoors can reduce stress, improve mood, increase creativity, and boost overall health. It's like a reset button for your brain. Being indoors all day is making you anxious, tired, and exhausted. How often do you go outside and simply live in the moment? Most people don't, and that's why they feel sluggish and unmotivated. They are disconnected from the very environment that can recharge them and clear their minds. Going outside for 30 minutes a day is an antidote to this modern disconnection. I used to not see the point of going outside unless it served a purpose, such as running errands, meeting people, or exercising. I'd spend hours indoors working, then watching TV or scrolling through my phone. I didn't think I had time to simply be outside without a purpose. But as I got older and became more aware of my mental state, I realized that something was missing. I felt disconnected, constantly worried, and easily overwhelmed. One day I decided that I had to spend at least 30 minutes outside every day, no matter what. At first it felt strange. I didn't know what I should do. Should I walk, sit on a bench? But after a few days, something changed. The simple act of being outside, breathing fresh air, and existing in nature calmed my mind. My stress levels went down. I felt more grounded and more present. 30 minutes outside became my sanctuary, a time to release my thoughts, recharge, and return to work with more clarity and focus. Nature has a profound effect on our minds and bodies. Spending time outside reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, and increases serotonin, the feel-good hormone. Natural light helps regulate your circadian rhythm, improving sleep and energy levels. Fresh air helps oxygenate your brain, boosting cognitive function and focus. In addition, the simple act of walking or being in open space helps your mind relax, leading to better creativity and problem-solving abilities. But it's not just about the physical effects. Being in nature also reminds us of something deeper. It reminds us that we are part of a bigger picture. Trees, the sky, the ground beneath our feet. They've been here before we arrived and will be here after we're gone. This perspective helps put everything into context, making our daily stresses and problems seem smaller in the grand scheme of things. You don't have to go on a mountain hike or to a national park to experience the benefits of being outside. Start small. Step outside your house or office and take a 10-minute walk. Sit on a park bench or stand in your yard or balcony and simply breathe. The important thing is that you disconnect from the indoors and reconnect with the natural world, even if it's only for a short period. Gradually, you'll look forward to these moments, and they'll become an important part of your daily routine. Make it as essential to your day as brushing your teeth or eating lunch. Whether you do it in the morning, during lunch, or in the evening, find the time that works best for you and be consistent. Leave your phone behind, or at least put it on airplane mode. This time is for you, not for checking emails or social media. If you live in a city and think there are no nice places to go, don't let that be an excuse. Urban parks, green spaces, or even a quiet street can provide similar benefits. They are disconnected from the very environment that can recharge them and clear their minds. Going outside for 30 minutes a day is an antidote to this modern disconnection. I used to not see the point of going outside unless it served a purpose, such as running errands, meeting people, or exercising. I'd spend hours indoors working, then watching TV or scrolling through my phone. I didn't think I had time to simply be outside without a purpose. But as I got older and became more aware of my mental state, I realized that something was missing. I felt disconnected, constantly worried, and easily overwhelmed. One day, I decided that I had to spend at least 30 minutes outside every day, no matter what. At first, it felt strange. I didn't know what I should do. Should I walk, sit on a bench? But after a few days, something changed. The simple act of being outside, breathing fresh air, and existing in nature calmed my mind. My stress levels went down. I felt more grounded and more present. 30 minutes outside became my sanctuary, a time to release my thoughts, recharge, and return to work with more clarity and focus. Nature has a profound effect on our minds and bodies. Spending time outside reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, and increases serotonin, the feel-good hormone. Natural light helps regulate your circadian rhythm, improving sleep and energy levels. Fresh air helps oxygenate your brain, boosting cognitive function and focus. In addition, the simple act of walking or being in open space helps your mind relax, leading to better creativity and problem-solving abilities. But it's not just about the physical effects. Being in nature also reminds us of something deeper. It reminds us that we are part of a bigger picture. Trees, the sky, the ground beneath our feet, they've been here before we arrived and will be here after we're gone. This perspective helps put everything into context, making our daily stresses and problems seem smaller in the grand scheme of things. You don't have to go on a mountain hike or to a national park to experience the benefits of being outside. Start small. Step outside your house or office and take a 10-minute walk. Sit on a park bench or stand in your yard or balcony and simply breathe. The important thing is that you disconnect from the indoors and reconnect with the natural world, even if it's only for a short period. Gradually, you'll look forward to these moments, and they'll become an important part of your daily routine. Make it as essential to your day as brushing your teeth or eating lunch. Whether you do it in the morning, during lunch, or in the evening, find the time that works best for you and be consistent. Leave your phone behind, or at least put it on airplane mode. This time is for you, not for checking emails or social media. If you live in a city and think there are no nice places to go, don't let that be an excuse. Urban parks, green spaces, or even a quiet street can provide similar benefits.